and welcome back to Lady Jane Books. Today I'm doing the Christmas Carol book tag. I was tagged by David's book reviews to do this video, so I will link him in the description. A big thank you to David from David's Book Reviews for tagging me in this video. So let's get started. Number 1, The Ghost of Christmas Past. Name a book that was a childhood favorite. For this one, I'm going with Sarah, Plain and Tall. I absolutely loved this book. I love the sequels to it, I think Skylark, and there was another one. And it depicts a family who, it's a single father with his 2 children. And he sends away for, I believe this was done in the past, maybe like the Depression era, but I'm not 100% sure, my memory's a little foggy. But basically, he sends away for a mail order bride, and Sarah, who is plain and tall, answers the ad and comes to live with this family. And it's all about their adventures and about their trials and tribulations, and it was so good. I absolutely loved it. Number 2, The Ghost of Christmas Present. Name a recent book that will become an all-time favorite. For this, I'm definitely going with The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I read this book a couple of months ago and I absolutely devoured it. It was so good. I'm going to link my full review on The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo in the description box if you'd like to learn more on my thoughts on this novel. But spoiler alert, it is a fantastic book. Number 3, The Ghost of Christmas Future. Name a book coming out next year that you are excited about. Hands down, I'm going with A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 4th book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and I cannot wait. I'm counting down the days. I already pre-ordered it, and I'm so excited to get my hands on it and find out what happens next. Number 4, Bah! Humbug. A book that everybody liked, but you did not care for. For this, I'm definitely going with The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I've mentioned this book a couple times on my channel. When it came out, it was like so hyped. Like everybody was so excited about it, and everybody loves Holly Black. I personally feel that her writing just isn't for me. I don't think she's a bad writer by any means, but I definitely think her books just aren't my cup of tea. I tried In the Darkest Part of the Forest by her as well, and that one I also struck out with and I didn't really like. So I decided to try The Cruel Prince because everybody was like so excited and like climbing up the walls about it, and I had a hard time finishing it. I did finish it, but it was a struggle for me. So The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Number 5, Bob Cratchit. Name a book that is an old favorite and you highly recommend. For this, I'm definitely going with Pet Sematary by Stephen King. I adored that book, and I think it's a book that everyone can take something away from it, whether it's about grief or about valuing time with our loved ones or about desperation. I love this book. I want like everybody to read it. It is so interesting and a really brilliant work. Number 6, Tiny Tim. Name an underrated book that you think deserves more love. For this, I'm definitely going to go with Revival by Stephen King. It's one of my all-time favorite books. I think it is so different, so clever. It's very thought-provoking, and yet I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. And I didn't hear a lot of people talk about it when it first came out either. So I personally think it's incredibly underhyped, and I think it could be a wonderful read for people who maybe are a little bit wary of Stephen King and don't know where to start, but it's a pretty thought-provoking work. So it's definitely Revival by Stephen King. Number 7, To Die? Why It's Christmas Die. What book always gets you in the Christmas mood? I love How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. And I actually started the tradition a couple years ago of reading that every single Christmas Eve. Fun fact though, my family every year on Christmas Eve when I was little would read The Night Before Christmas, and so I could easily answer that as well. But I've since broken tradition and moved to my favorite Christmas book to How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I absolutely love the illustrations in that. I remember when I was really, really, really little, they had the animated illustrated version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas running on TV all the time. And I loved it so much, and I would watch it and rewatch it. So that one has a lot of nostalgia for me. Number 8, The Muppet Christmas Carol. Name your favorite book to film adaptation. I know this is kind of controversial, but I actually really like the How the Grinch Stole Christmas live action with Jim Carrey. I'm not a big Jim Carrey fan normally. Like, I don't like Ace Ventura and I don't like his acting normally. But sometimes I really do appreciate it, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas was one of those times. I thought he just did the perfect blend of comedy and goofiness along with the classic story, and I just love how bizarre it is. So I will watch that on repeat like every day in December. I actually have it going on now as I'm filming this in the background. So I actually really, really like that one. I also don't mind the A Christmas Carol animated video that came out a couple of years ago, also with Jim Carrey. And I have a little bit of a bone to pick with A Christmas Carol. When I was in school, we had to go to the theater every single year and watch it live. And if you missed it, you were docked points, I think. So, and I believe the school kind of gave you the side eye if you missed this for whatever reason. And so I was kind of force-fed A Christmas Carol all throughout my youth. So it's not my favorite Christmas story ever, but I think it just left a bad taste in my mouth because it was so overexposed during my schooling. But when the Jim Carrey version came out, I actually didn't hate it so much. I thought it was pretty clever. I really liked the level of animation. I thought it was very detail oriented and it almost looked like a live video. So I think they did that pretty fun, and I like the effects. So I don't mind that version of A Christmas Carol, but that's as far as I'm gonna go with it. And number 9, spread some holiday cheer. Tag some people. I am going to tag Amaretta by the Book, Rosie Cockshut, Bookworm Adventure Girl, Lise Reeds, and John at Hey Y'all Listen Up. And that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bah, humbug! Gotcha. Happy holidays. Yeah. I was tagged by David's Book Reviews. Number 1, The Ghost of Christmas Past. Name a book that was a childhood favorite. For this, oh yeah, I was nervous about seeing the time on my phone to record, and I realized it's the recording time because that's what cameras do. Number 1, The Ghost of Christmas Past. I don't know what that was. I've already pre-ordered it. Number 4, Bah, Humbug. Not Better than that, Jane. Come on. Number 4. Bah! Humbug! Ow. That hurt. Number 7. To die? But it's Christmas. But it's Christmas Day? No. Number 7. To die? Why, it's Christmas die. I don't know what that was. I really tried. I don't. Okay. What book always gets you in the Christmas mood? I love How a Grinch Stole Christmas. How a Grinch? No. Bookworm? No. Bookworm Adventure Girl, Jane. Ah. Let's see if I can do this. Oops. Bah, humbug!